Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unlocking the door to some of the absolute best natural beauty the Midwest has to offer. From rolling hills and dense, quiet forests to tranquil lakes and cascading waterfalls, Indiana is just packed with incredible outdoor adventures. And honestly, the absolute best way to experience all of it, freely and frequently, is by getting your hands on an Indiana State Park's annual entrance pass. But before we get into the how, let's talk about the why. Did you know there are exactly 36 breathtaking state park properties waiting for you right now in Indiana? That is 36 unique destinations where you can hike, swim, camp, and just create memories that will last a lifetime. It's a whole lot of ground to cover. Now here's the roadblock frequent visitors run into. Every time you pull up to that gate, you're typically looking at a standard $7 daily vehicle fee. And sure, $7 might not sound like a huge deal for a one-off trip, but if you love the outdoors and want to visit a few times a month, those fees add up incredibly fast. It can actually become a barrier to just getting outside. But don't worry, because the annual pass is the ultimate solution. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our action plan for today. Unlocking Indiana State Parks, choosing your pass, how to buy yours, park rules and regulations, and we'll wrap things up with expert tips and a disclaimer. Section 1. Unlocking Indiana State Parks. The real beauty of this annual entrance permit is that it grants you, your vehicle, and all your passengers unlimited access to Indiana State Parks for an entire calendar year. Let's do the math here. At $50 for a standard resident pass, compared to that $7 daily rate, this thing literally pays for itself in just over half a dozen visits. After your 7th trip, every single hike, every picnic, every sunset over the lake is entirely free for the rest of the year. It is a tremendous return on your investment. Section 2. Choosing your annual pass. And this brilliantly illustrates the 2026 pricing tiers, showing how the state has thoughtfully created customized options for almost everyone. If you're an Indiana resident, that standard pass is $50. Visiting from out of state, you're looking at the non-resident pass for $120. But check out that third tier, the $25 passes. This steeply discounted rate is for seniors, folks on Social Security disability income, and disabled Hoosier veterans. Plus, there are even free passes for Gold Star families, qualifying foster families, and former POWs. I want to take just a quick second to highlight the Golden Hoosier Passport specifically, mostly because it's such a popular option. For just $25, Hoosier residents aged 65 and older, or those receiving SSDI, get full annual access. The one absolutely essential detail to remember here is that the eligible individual, the actual person who holds the Golden Hoosier designation, must be physically present in the vehicle at the time of entry. Section 3. How to buy yours. So you've got two primary avenues for buying your pass, online or in person. Buying online through the official state store, which is called Mother Nature's Mercantile, is super convenient. You can literally do it in your pajamas. However, it does come with a $4 shipping fee, and you have to wait for the physical pass to arrive in the mail. On the flip side, buying in person at a park gatehouse means no shipping fees, and you get immediate day of access to the park. If you go the online route, it is incredibly straightforward. First is navigate to the Mother Nature's Mercantile website. Look under the permit section and select your specific pass type. You'll process your payment, which will include that $4 shipping charge, and then you just hang tight and wait for the postman to deliver your physical tag. Now, if you prefer the immediate gratification of an in-person purchase, your first step is to call ahead and confirm the operating hours of your local park gatehouse or property office. When you head over, be sure to bring your vehicle registration and your ID. And if you're applying for a specialized pass like the Disabled Hoosier Cannon Pass, you absolutely must bring your eligibility documents like State Form 32584 to show the gate attendant. They take cash, debit, and major credit cards right there at the window. Section 4. Park Rules and Regulations. All right, let's talk rules. Your pass covers entry for a non-commercial vehicle and its passengers, or two motorcycles arriving together. But just as important is knowing where it does not get you in. Your state park pass is not valid for entry at Indiana State Historic Sites. It won't get you into the Indiana State Museum, and while it covers parking at the Falls of the Ohio State Park, it does not cover the entrance fee to their interpretive center. So the crucial point is understanding the specific jurisdiction of your pass, and there's absolutely no better example of this than the Indiana Dunes. This area is famously split. Your pass works perfectly at the Indiana Dunes State Park. However, it is completely invalid right next door at the Indiana Dunes National Park. That is federal land managed by the National Park Service, and separate federal fees apply there. Please don't get caught off guard by that one. Now, you might be wondering about a super common troubleshooting scenario. We see this all the time from folks who ordered online but want to visit a park that very same weekend. They ask, "Can I just show my online receipt on my phone to the gate attendant until my real pass arrives?" The answer to that is a hard no. To quote the official policy directly, your receipt cannot be used in lieu of the actual permit. You must have the physical pass displayed. If you don't have it yet, you're going to have to pay the daily gate fee, and furthermore, if you happen to lose your physical pass later in the year, there are no refunds and no replacements. You'd literally have to buy a brand new one, so guard that pass carefully. Also, keep the calendar in mind. The pass operates strictly on a calendar year basis. It becomes valid on January 1st, and it expires on December 31st. And this is true regardless of when you buy it. If you buy it in July, it still expires on December 31st. And the price doesn't magically drop late in the year. So to get the absolute maximum value out of this, you really want to purchase your pass as early in the year as possible.
Section 5, Expert Tips and Disclaimer.
Okay, let's get into some pro tips. First, if you have an outdoor enthusiast in your life, the DNR offers holiday gift packs. These are incredible bundles. They include the annual entrance pass, a one-year subscription to the really fantastic Outdoor Indiana magazine, and your choice of either a $65 or $100 gift card that can be used at campgrounds or state park inns. It is pretty much the ultimate gift for a Hoosier nature lover. Here's a really cool insider tip. Did you know many local Indiana libraries actually have a state parks pass borrowing program? You can literally check out a park pass just like a book. Also, if your family loves to cycle, a family entering the property on bicycles can use just one annual pass to cover everyone, rather than buying a bunch of individual pedestrian passes. And remember, if you plan to bring a motorized boat or ride the intermediate or advanced off-road cycling trails, you will need to purchase those specific permits as separate add-ons. Just a quick housekeeping note before we finish up. Here is our disclaimer. All prices discussed today, including those 2026 rates we looked at earlier, as well as DNR policies, are completely subject to change by the state. We always recommend taking a quick look at the official Indiana DNR website to verify the most current details before making your actual purchase. And that brings us to the end of our explainer. You've got the knowledge, you know the exact steps, and you're up to speed on the rules. The only question left is, with unlimited access right at your fingertips, which of Indiana's 36 magnificent state parks will you explore first? Get out there, grab that pass, and start your adventure. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you out on the trails.